Hello. This video is made to present research over a specific topic. It is for a college writing class, and the teacher is so chill that she even brought us pizza. Putting all that aside, I was digging into different topics about guns. The topic that caught my attention was about new bills being passed that allows concealed carry permit holders to bring their guns to colleges and universities. The information I found will be used to answer an essay question later on in the future. That question is, would allowing people to bring their guns on campus make colleges safer? I hope that after watching this video, you would have learned some new information and have created your own opinion on the matter. There has been a large debate over this topic. In 2004, Utah was the first state to enact a law allowing guns to be carried on campus. Several states have followed suit since then, with over 23 states including Oregon, according to Guns on Campus, Overview National Conference of State Legislatures. But does this make colleges safer? According to a report from the Crime Prevention Research Center, concealed carry permit holders across the United States, 2016 by John Law Jr. shows that crime went down as the number of concealed carry permits went up. Include colleges to the mix, it tells us that the more people carrying, the rate of crime would go down, making places safer. People also have to understand that permit holders are one of the most safest people one could ever meet. There are qualifications that must be met in order to obtain a concealed carry license. According to the National Rifle Association website, information on laws on purchase, possession and carrying of firearms, a list of the requirements is given. Application for a license to carry a concealed weapon is made to the sheriff of a county, who shall take fingerprints and a photograph and shall issue the person within 45 days of application a concealed handgun license if the person is a citizen of the U.S. or a legal resident alien who can document continuous residency in the county for at least 6 months and has declared in writing to the Immigration and Naturalization Service the intent to acquire citizenship status and can present proof of the written declaration to the sheriff at the time of application for the license. Is at least 21 years of age. Has a principal residence in the county in which the application is made. Has no outstanding warrants for arrest. Is not free on any form of pretrial release. Demonstrates competence with a handgun by one of the prescribed handgun safety programs, or can certify training in the armed forces, or has a license already. Has never been convicted or found guilty of a felony, except for insanity. Has not been convicted of or found guilty, except for insanity, of a misdemeanor, within the last 4 years. Has not been committed to the Mental Health and Developmental Disability Services Division. Has not been found to be mentally ill and is not subject to an order that the person be prohibited from purchasing or possessing a firearm. Has been discharged from the jurisdiction of the juvenile court for more than 4 years if, while a minor, the person was found to be within the jurisdiction of the juvenile court for having committed an act, if committed by an adult, would constitute a felony or a misdemeanor involving violence. Has not been cited for stalking, or under a protective order. Knowing this, concealed carry holders will not risk losing their license and are extremely law-abiding. It is very rare for permit holders to violate the law. In order to appreciate how incredibly rare those problems are, one needs to remember that there are over 12.8 million permit holders in the U.S. Indeed, it is impossible to think of any other group in the U.S. that is anywhere near as law-abiding. This is found in the report from the Crime Prevention Center located on page 15. A good point is made in an article I found on the Gale Research Database, A State Lawmaker Undaunted in Effort to Allow College Students to Bring Concealed Guns on Campus by Stephen Maloney. When you can't carry a weapon at school, it just makes the campus more susceptible to things like Virginia Tech because there are no guns there, the Republican from Belchas said. I'm not trying to arm the campus. I want people who want their right to carry a weapon to be able to do it on campus to possibly defend themselves. Currently there is no real study that confirms that allowing guns on campus make universities safer, all due to the fact that this is pretty new. There are some downsides to having guns on college campuses. Guns on Campus, a fact sheet on everytownresearch.org, lists risk factors common to campus life. Heavy alcohol and drug use. A Columbia University study found that half of U.S. college students binge drink or abuse illegal or prescription drugs, while nearly a quarter of college students suffer from substance abuse and dependence. Students who carried guns on campus were more likely than students who did not do so to report drinking heavily and more frequently, driving while under the influence of alcohol, and vandalizing property. Alcohol leads to impaired judgment about whether to shoot a gun, as well as impaired aim when firing. There is more. Injuries. In Idaho, a professor with an enhanced carry permit unintentionally shot himself in the leg during a chemistry lab following the passage of a 2014 law that forced Idaho colleges to allow people with enhanced permits to carry guns on campus. And in 2012, a 24-year-old permitted student in Utah unintentionally shot himself while walking on campus. Accidental discharges. In Texas, just weeks after a guns on campus law went into effect, a permit-holding student unintentionally discharged his gun in his dorm room. In Utah, another permit-holding student recently discharged his gun in a crowded cafeteria. Fortunately, the bullet hit only a light fixture and a table. Students at this age are more prone to harm themselves than later in age. This is why many opposed the new laws that allow students and staff to carry their firearms. I hope that you have learned some new information as I have. This has been very interesting. This is the end of the multimodal presentation. All the sources will be linked in the description down below.